match pertama teman-teman ya, antara Indonesia melawan Malaysia. Piala apa bang? Piala
We hear the cheers of the crowd.
teman-teman ya.
They grant energy to the players up on stage right now as they engage in the land of Dawn for game number 1. And we are already seeing Skies doing some sneaky business here, stealing the orange buff away. Team Indonesia has no idea.
Wow. Sneaky stealer right there, and somehow the rotation wise is not aware by the team of Indonesia.
Anjir. Salah anjir. Sorry.
Not a good trade comes in because of that overextension.
And that's what we're talking about with that Obsidia. That Hunt of Bone can really punish heroes like Hayabusa if you're not careful. Skies had no way to escape there. And looks like Kabuki will be able to get away from Momo as well. So that's going to buy Indonesia a little bit of time. At the very least, they're able to stop the snowballing on the Hayabusa. But Team Malaysia still controlling most of the map.
See, so far going in for the Item Rampant, going in the ground for Jor, but it's not going to be enough though. There's just a little bit of poking coming in from Team Malaysia. Again, this is the third turtle. If they want to actually go in, they have to wait out for Sukis to set things up. Even Stormy is trying to zone things out. A lot of the rotation that is done by Team Indonesia, they know for a fact that needs to stick together like glue.
Team Indonesia can take advantage of Team Malaysia trying to play as much of the map as possible. If they can pair people up with Kabuki and land the Hunt of Bone, they can still... Oh, that was a steal. Sky's got the purple right after the turtle too.
Hello, police. Can somebody tell me, can anyone help that there is a stealer right here in the land of Dawn, and his name is Sakais right here. Able to steal everyone, but corridors are open. Manito goes in into the van line right here. Shadow Kill comes in. Sakais shuts down Yasukill. Great diving composition and seal away the turret for the mid.
Kabuki just barely missed the timing on hitting that Hunt of Bone. That could have been a kill and punish on Skies, but he was able to dash out just in time. They're not able to find the land slot up top, so Joe will be able to survive there. But we are looking at a 7-1 kill score in favor of Team Malaysia. 6.5k lead in 8 minutes. Next Lord is coming up in another minute or so. So there is still a little bit of breathing room right now. But Team Malaysia is going to be upping the tempo. They want to make sure they continue controlling the map and not allow their opponents to extend into the river.
This is the level where Team Malaysia is getting a lot of the upper hand. Even with the goal lead right now with 5,000 in their hands, they know they can actually switch things up. They can actually control all the motion, but at the same time, putting out that Earther Rampant denies any movement coming up from Team Indonesia, and at least they can get the turtle or even the turret right here at the bottom one.
So far, so good for Team Malaysia. Team Indonesia still needs a little bit more time. Kabuki only has 2 items.
Oh, Loliel just picks it up. Sakis takes down Aron, now goes in for the dash. Going in for the diving. Is it going to be enough though? Unfortunately, Sakis had to back things up. A little bit overextension, but still managed to skirt away. But Kabuki with Momo. It's not going to be a really good 1v1, but it seems that Team Malaysia comes in. Takes down attack with Yus, comes through. Kabuki barely surviving out, but it's going to be Momo with the last hit. Shut down Kabuki.
The movements from Team Malaysia are so controlled right now. They get a kill down bottom, they back off, they connect with Momo, who is already communicating with them that this Obsidia is way out of position. And the timing on that could not be better either. The Lord literally has just spawned. And we know that with this, Team Indonesia has no chance of contesting. They just have to try and get whatever space they can on the map.
Let's see. So far, we know that Aran has been surviving so at the moment right now with the crucials that even though he will be able to actually pull through for the front line, but again, there's not much of the setup that is needed. A lot of the AoE that is required for the team of Indonesia doesn't come through, and this is where the fine line that if you cannot actually catch someone, Team Malaysia just gonna come through with it.
But even if they want to make the catch, Team Malaysia right now moving around the map a little bit too cleanly. Trying to think of ideas for Team Indonesia currently, but the goal difference may be a little bit too big. They're going to need to try and prolong this game for another 8 minutes at least for them to remain relevant. And that means surviving another 2 or 3 Lords coming in from the opposite side, the first of which is already pushing down bottom.
Almost barely getting Aran there, but still it's going to be a good zoning. Rampant already been put up, goes in for the dash, Mighty Swing as well. It's going to be Federer as well. Aran takes down by Stormy, and now they goes in for the dash. But this is already enough. Just taking down one one player
udah
at a time just to
10
flick come through
anjir.
for Team Malaysia.
This is still not too bad though for
Nggak
Team
adain aja
Indonesia.
Bran
They
sih.
managed to
Coba
trade one
adain
for
aja
one.
Bran.
Their Lancelot is pushing on the other
Diobok-obok nih,
side, so they won't have to
Malaysia
deal with
ya.
another wave. But the Lord is finally connecting, and there is no holy defense.
The
Cuy,
defense already
nahan, anjir,
broken.
ditandain,
This is gonna
nahan,
be
coy.
bottom turret in the hands of Team Malaysia already. They want to set things up. Goes in
Aduh,
for the dash.
Kabukinya langsung
The
hilang,
guy
anjir.
takes down
Kenapa itu
Kabuki,
pick?
but the rest is already open. Waiting.
Pick
Is
itu
in the
sih,
open.
MM-nya
Stormy
sih,
going to
anjir.
do some damage there, but still surviving it out. Stormy had to flicker away to move it, but goes in for the takedown in touch. Lolio takes down Aron. Crystal in the loose right now. Just a little bit more. Sakis takes down Waiting. Only left with Yesical. Is it gonna be enough? Last insanity. Oh, barely coming alive right there, but still managed to actually give a lot of pressure in the baseline. But here, Joe, all by himself, was tagged out by Momo.
Another wave pushing down bottom. It's a 1v4 defense. Kabuki just came back, but is the damage enough? The Crystal's exposed.
Oh, man, the rest by Stormy takes down Jessica, and it's gonna be a first win in Team Malaysia!
In dominant fashion, the host country representatives steamroll over their longtime rivals. An absolute dumpstering in game number 1, where it didn't look like Team Indonesia could do anything to stop them.
Can the audience help me? We gotta call the police, because there's a stealer on the loose at the Land of Dawn. Every single buff, every single creep, all resources has already been taken by Sakais. So that shows how much dominance from Team Malaysia and Indonesia. Yes, they had the answer. Again, like we talked about, they have a capability to actually lock on, maybe doing a little bit of divide and conquer. And that was what we saw from the team of Indonesia. They actually let Lancelot do a little bit of split push, but again, there's not much of a damage to actually support if they want to actually go for the team fight.
Yeah, I feel like Team Indonesia's draft here was actually a little bit reactive if we talk about anything. A lot of their hero picks came out not of their own volition, but as a way to respond to things that they were seeing on the opposite side. The Zuzin being their first pick because they saw the Grok, the Obsidia being locked in because they knew it could punish the Hayabusa.
Pick
But in
Obsidia itu
doing
maksudnya
so,
apa sih?
you
Nggak
kind of
jelas,
miss out
anjir.
on the cohesion that you would normally have if you're just sticking to an original game plan. And knowing that they're going to be losing out just straight up in terms of damage and map control due to the way their draft works gives so much space that Team Malaysia can take advantage of.
Hot take. I think maybe there's a possibility, yeah, Zushin might be okay to be picked out even though it was earlier on. But that Obsidia though, it's too late. Here's the thing about Obsidia, right? Yes, during the first introduction of Obsidia, she is massive. But here's the thing about her right now. She is a little bit of needed time as well as scaling on going into the game. Even yourself that coming into minute or even 10 minutes right there, they still need 8 minutes for them to actually step things up so they can have the same level to fight off your Team Malaysia. So maybe there's a possibility that Obsidia could have been changed into another hero, then things could be a little bit different for Team Indonesia.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think the Obsidian needed to be locked in. I feel like there were still possibilities for Team Indonesia. They could actually went into something like a Ruby instead for the fighter gold lane. Then they would have had an easier time dealing with Team Malaysia in the initial stages. That final pick, Esmeralda, as well, is only really going to help out in lane against Lapu Lapu. You will end up not having a very good time against Lolil. So Team Indonesia didn't look to have the best draft here to deal with what Malaysia was throwing at them. And that is also going to be their first notable defeat here in WEC all the way in game 1 of the semis.
14 over 2 kills with 14k total goal. All objective in the hands of Team Malaysia. How more dominance did you want to get right here? This is only the opening of our semi-finals and we're already seeing so much fire burning from the hands of our Team Malaysia. But again, this is going to be the best of 3. That means if Team Malaysia can keep up again with the second round, they will go to the first slot of Grand Final unless Indonesia have something to say about it.
I hope that they do, because this has been a rivalry brewing for a long time. The match that many of us were hoping to see before WEC 2025 even started. Looking at the statistics, obviously